Hello, everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTraining.tv, where every day we're learning about the FileMaker platform. Frequently, I'm learning from you, but some days we have great talent here from my side of the aisle, and they're teaching you. So we all come together collectively to create great training every day, 1 o'clock on YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. So we are broadcasting in high definition on all three channels, shall we say. And so today is going to be another awesome day. Before I dive into the awesomeness that is today, I'm going to hit the button right here. If you go to fmtrain.tv, you want to support the channel. We always greatly appreciate your contributions, because while this might seem free to you, I can assure you my piggy bank takes a hit every time we do this. And including Christian Schmitz piggy bank, he takes a hit too. So real quick, today is going to be MonkeyBread. Optical character recognition is a fancy way of saying your computer is reading text. It's reading analog text is what I should say. So we'll get to this momentarily. Next week, Nick has moved to Greece, and so he is successfully set up there. So Monday, he'll be starting the broadcast, picking up the conversation about this is the database file that I found, and I'm working on it, and it's a tragic disaster. It's an abomination, but he's making it better and pretty and whatever. And so at no time will we be picking on Hot Air Balloon Ken, who's an awesome person. Actually, I think Hot Air Balloon Ken's solution was probably just fine, but Nick is a perfectionist. He wants it to be beautiful. What did he tell me one day? I'm personally invested in the beauty of the application. Then next week, Thursday and Friday, more awesomeness. Christian Schmidt will be back on Friday. So a couple Fridays in a row. And then we have the day before Christian, we have the JavaScript JSON shenanigans that continues week to week. So very, very, very exciting on that. Let's talk about today's broadcast. This broadcast is brought to you by, today's broadcast is sponsored by MonkeyBread Software. So if you go to your browser up here at the top, go monkeybreadsoftware.com. So you come up here, MonkeyBread Software. This is Christian Schmidt. This has been product of the year a number of times. This product is fantastic. I personally buy it and own a license to this. This is good. Okay. FileMaker is a great platform. It is not complete. It's like a really great set of tools, but you're missing kind of like the essential couple things that you really need to make life easy for you. And so he has, when you buy the MonkeyBread plug-in for Mac or Windows, it runs locally on your client, it runs on a server. It solves like 7,000 different problems you have. It solves problems you didn't even know you had. So I highly recommend you go to the plugin, you go to the product tier, you look at purchasing the product wherever you would do that. I click on that. Is that what I do? There we go. Buy now. Press the buy now button. It's really inexpensive. Once you buy it and then you stay in maintenance, it's great. The latest version is, I think, 13.1. It's got tons of new features in it. And like I said, I get into spots where I come up with some weird thing, like I really need to take a screenshot of it's not something you do once. You want it to be a repeatable process. So I need to take a screenshot of a video, then put some text over the top of it, then turn that into an image and save it to a container in FileMaker or some crazy like that. Well, FileMaker by itself won't do that. With the plugin, you can solve problems like that. So today's conversation, I'm going to quit sharing my screen, is with Christian, and we're talking about optical character recognition, OCR. For those of you who don't know what that is, it means that typically you have a piece of paper that's printed or a screenshot or something off of something somewhere. It's analog text. It's not digital. OCR turns it into the actual text so you can recycle it, right? So is the idea.
So welcome to the show about OCR. And the MBS plugin has several ways to do OCR. And for example, you may have a picture like this screenshot here, and you may want to get the text back. And we will do that now in FileMaker. And as usual, you don't want to do it manually. You want it to do it automatically on 100 files.
Yeah, you want to repeatedly do it over and over to the point where you want to cuss and scream at your computer. So you want to script it, right? A script. Yeah.
So this is an OCR example with the older code. So Tesseract, let me just run it. Yeah, it gets some text. Okay. Let me import the picture I made, drop it in, run it. And yeah, you have some text. So basically, it just works if you play with it.
Okay, stop for a second. Let's talk about this. So don't move anything. At the bottom of the page right here, there's a little piece of text that says Tesseract. Okay, so for those of you who saw the Avengers movies and the Marvel movies and things like that, Tesseract is kind of this manifestation of one of the stones or the super stones, the amazing stones. Margaret, if you want to help me along, feel free to throw in there. So the Tesseract was really powerful, and so this is not that, but it's kind of that idea. So before Marvel TV became the big movies and stuff, probably the comic book, there was an open source project, open source by a bunch of people, not FileMaker related, where they wrote an OCR software, and it was called Tesseract. And so it's still maintained to this day, but I can tell you that 5-6 years ago, one of my engineers built a OCR kind of capability where we would take a picture, upload to Amazon. Amazon would run through this Tesseract process and send it back to me, and we would get this text back. And it was always kind of a pain in. It was a real hack. But Christian Schmitz has simplified that by taking. Are you including the Tesseract library in the?
So
yeah,
we use Tesseract for years now. It's actually from HP originally, and later got open sourced. And we are using version 3. It's built in the plugin. We can use newer versions, which we'll do later. But if you just use the plugin as it is, you can just drop in a picture. Your picture should have maybe 150 dpi and look good in black and white, because the recognition is in black and white. Then you can just run it through, and I can show you a script. The first thing is we need language files. We include a few language files with the plugin, so like English, German, French, Italian, Spanish. And there are other language files available. So let's go on the website somewhere, FileMaker. Here in the box for the download is libraries, and here Tesseract 3. These are the older language files for the version 3. And so if you need something like here Turkish or Hebrew or Danish, you can find that. Then you initialize the OCR engine by passing in the path to this folder, so we know where you have the files. And this needs to be local, so either if you run the script on FileMaker Pro, you have it somewhere in your file system. If you run it on the server, you have to have it on the server file system. And then you pass in the language you want to load. And once you have initialized it, you can set a few options like the page segmentation mode, which we just set to auto here. But it should be able to detect columns no. And then we load a picture. We pass in the picture. We could also set a rectangle, so only recognize a portion of the picture. Then we can ask it for the text. And once we have the text, we can reuse the initialized engine and set another picture, get another text. Oops. And then clean up. So this is the normal. Oh, yeah, let me run it in English. Back to the FileMaker in English. So the next thing is we could load Tesseract version 5. And for that, I want to show you how to install it on a Mac with Homebrew. So I installed a fresh virtual machine with macOS. We go to install Homebrew. This is an open source software manager for packages. It has a couple of packages like Tesseract. So, but let me first install it. For that, I copy this line.
So you're calling the Tesseract library out of that Homebrew installs?
Yeah, that's the idea. So this is a little shell script loaded via curl from the GitHub repository. You just open the terminal, you copy and paste the line, run it, and it wants a password. So, and now it will install the Homebrew software. And while it installs, let me look for the package. So we look here for Tesseract, and we find the package for the libraries. So we have here install libraries for different platforms, operation systems, and version is 5.3, which is quite a little bit newer than what we had before. And there's also the Tesseract language pack, which includes all the different languages. And so this installs may take a while. And while this is going, we also show you our Windows functions. That's new in the latest version of the plugin. We have OCR functions for Windows. And they use the engine from Microsoft. So I installed a new virtual machine here with a fresh Windows copy. And then I went into the settings for languages. And yeah, it's not activated, I know. So I can add here another language, and then you can get the language. And a lot of languages include the handwriting recognition. So basically, the library for the OCR. So once you have it installed and you have the plugin, you can look for the example file.
So I do have some questions when you get to a spot here. So
yeah,
keep going. You're fine.
First, it's available. Yes, it's available. It's Windows 10 or later.
Yep.
We can insert a picture. I got one on the desktop. So I put in a picture. I can ask for the languages, and we have German and English installed. And you can install as many as you want in the system settings here. And then you can use the recognize button and you get a lot of text back. I also got a second way to scan, and that's using a function to give you a JSON if you want to have some more details. That's the result function. So let's just change it here. So instead of asking for the text, we ask for the result as JSON, run it, and now we get a JSON with several objects, and here is a list of lines and the list of words. So we get coordinates for all the text pieces and all the lines for the words. So if you need to know where a certain text is on the page, you get the coordinates here.
Okay.
So we have OCR engine from Microsoft for Windows. We have also the Vision one for Mac. Oh, which is another one. I should show you. Mac and iOS Vision framework. And here in the Vision framework, we have the recognize text function.
Okay, so can you stop a second? So you said what framework? The Vision framework?
Vision. Yeah, the Vision framework.
Okay, and that's a library within Xcode. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a library from Apple, included with the operation system, and it has several nice things, including
the live text thing, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's what FileMaker is using for their live text.
Yeah, because live text is kind of this half, once again, Claris, because it was free and easy, decided to launch a Mac-only feature, which always, I understand that, but it's like, anyway. So it's a Mac-only OCR thing. It's called live text. I think it's better now. I think we had this conversation a month or two ago that live text was better now, and as a result of that, but it's only, so would you prefer Tesseract on the Mac or the Vision library?
I would go with the Vision one.
Okay,
most cases, it's easier to use.
Okay.
And the MBS plugin has a function like FileMaker with live text, but we do here also the PDF thing, and we use a Windows OCR on Windows, so the function can be called on Mac and Windows.
Okay, so hang on. What does your say? Go back. What is the PDF thing? I know you said PDF thing, but
yeah, I showed this thing last year, and someone on a live stream complained that PDF support is missing. So I added this for you.
You people are so demanding. How horrible of you to tell the manufacturer to make his product better. So we're talking about a text-based PDF or an image-based PDF. We're talking about an image.
That doesn't matter here because whatever PDF it is, we will render the page and then use our normal OCR.
So is that from the Vision library too, or is that?
Yeah, it uses the Vision library.
Okay, so really important hot tip here for all of you. So and I think you understand this. If you think about it from a programming standpoint, it makes sense. When you get a PDF, the PDFs, if it comes out of Word, is going to be a bunch of text, like a text file with a bunch of XML around it, and it renders it. And that's what a PDF is. But it's based on text. You can also have a scan of that document that came out of a scanner, which is an image. It might look identical or nearly identical to the text version, but it's actually a picture, an image, a PNG, a JPEG, something, and that gets shoved into this PDF file format, turned into probably base 64 or something like that, spread in there like text. And so when you get a PDF, two identical documents, one could be text-based, in which case getting the text out of it's pretty easy because the text is actually, if it says, if it says Labo is doing doggy style, Labo doggy style, okay? Those three words, if they're text, they're already in there. You just copy the text out and steal it. But if they're a image that's base 64, then you have to kind of draw it and then look at it and kind of comprehend what the hell the characters are. What does it look like, right? And so Labo doggy style, right? And so then that's where the Vision library on the Apple side comes from, iOS on the Mac. And then if you're on Windows, use the library that they have. Either way, this plugin takes advantage of it, right, is the idea. But just understand that PDFs are not created equal at all, right? That's why if you have a PDF kicked out of Word, it's really small. PDFs that are kicked out of, like a screenshot or a scan off your scanner, PDF from there is going to be potentially a lot bigger, right? So very, very important for more junior, intermediate people. All you advanced folks, you understand this already. So I'm covering the junior part of it.
Okay, so we have Tesseract for cross-platform things, we have the Windows OCR, and we have the Vision for Mac and iOS. And in the background, our Home Pro installed. So let's see. Let's run this. Yeah, Pro is installed. So next thing is, so this command here, as I write here, you have to run a little command to add the brew function as a brew command to your terminal window, to the available command list. So the next thing would be here to install the Tesseract language pack. So we run brew install, and now it will download a couple of libraries. And I install directly the language pack because the language pack depends on the other library pack, and so it will automatically also install the library. So this is a long command, it will take a while. And while it runs, we check out some other function. Okay, this installs. So the Vision package. So once it's installed, we would load it. The example script here already has the right path for it. So we load first the image library, then the Tesseract library, and the paths are here already. We may need to adjust them because this is version 5.1, but we installed 5.3. So we'll have to change the path. Yeah, and then we'll see if it loads here, and this may take a minute. So on Linux, you would just use the package manager to install the Tesseract package. I think we had it in the documentation, and that's nice. I tried it with a Linux server here once. Do I have it here? Yeah, I just used sudo apt-get install libtesseract, and you would have to look with apt-get to see which library is available for your Ubuntu installation. But I did that recently.
Okay.
Oh, the language pack is big.
If you got the OCR text translated, could you immediately have it translated into a different language? Like if you wanted to transpose English
Yeah,
PDF
you would use a
German.
web service. Yeah, you can use some web service like DeepL to do the translation.
Yep, I made a mistake.
Almost done.
That's fine.
So let's see, where does it install it? So there's a opt. Opt is an invisible
Rick.
folder.
Hey, Rick. So Rick Fosnaught, let me talk about this. Rick just posted this. So I'm going to wave my hands here a little bit. So Rick says it's a bit over my head, but the topic does give me some ideas for improvement. So Rick, basically the short idea of this at a very short level is that you put an image in a container and out comes text from that text that might be written on that image somehow. It's on a somehow, some way, piece of text, screenshot, a photo of a can of Clorox wipes that I use to wipe my desk, and you have a picture of this, and you want the text off of that. That one's kind of tricky probably because it's kind of a rounded can, but the idea is that you get that out. How you solve the problem is based upon the platform. Start with the platform, Mac or Windows, and then based on the Mac side, you've got two choices how you're going to chase it. Either the built-in library from Apple, which Christian Schmitz is more of a fan of. It's easier to implement. On the Windows side, it's a little different, but either way, the idea is fundamental to get the text out of it, right? And kind of, it's not something you're going to do once because you have ongoing images that you need to do this to, right? So if you just had to get the image one time, you just look at it and type it, right? We're talking about image after image after image after image. You want this to happen automatically. So this plugin gives us this capability. The built-in capability from on the Mac side, on Windows side from Claris is extraordinarily limited and wants to make me vomit. It's not what I would consider good enough as a professional developer to use. Most of you here are professional developers. The built-in capability on the Mac that Claris dropped in there sucks. Okay, period. It's not good. It doesn't have the flexibility it needs. And on top of that, if you have the MonkeyBread plugin, it gets better. And if there's something it doesn't do, or you want it to do something better or whatever, then you email Christian Schmitz at MonkeyBread about it. He will make it better for you. I guarantee, right? So that's kind of the difference of why we go this way. So yeah.
We have two questions real fast before we move
on.
on.
Go, Margaret, go.
Do we need to repeat this for each client, or is this only on the server?
It depends where you use it. You could use it only on the server, or you could install it on all the clients.
Do you have a way to compare text in two different FileMaker fields and highlight the differences, including where a sentence or paragraph has been changed?
I don't have that. I don't have a diff tool. There's a command line diff tool if you want to use that.
You're talking about the diff. Back up, Margaret. Repeat that last question again. We're talking about.
Do you have a way to compare the text in two different FileMaker fields and highlight the differences, including where a sentence or paragraph has been changed?
Okay, so that has nothing to do with OCR. Okay, threw me off there. Okay, yeah. So there are diff tools out there, but Christian Schmitz, you're telling me out of 7,000 functions, you don't have a diffy thing in your product?
No, currently not.
I'm sorry, whoever asked that question, the answer is no, you can't have that. You can't have that at all. Now, actually, now that you mentioned it, down the back of Christian Schmitz's mind, it'll probably get built. He'll get bored one night. His kid will go to bed. His wife will be asleep, and he'll be out working on it in the garage at night. And then next week it'll be done. I'm going to get this call next week. Hey, remember that diff thing? I've got it now. He does that. Christian Schmitz does that to me all the time. I've got it now. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah.
So, okay. Let's look in the installation. So there is an invisible folder on the disk. So opt, you can show invisible things with Command-Shift-Dot. Or you use go to menu here, go to folder, and you just put in opt/opt. And then you go on the folder, you find the Homebrew folder. Inside is a seller folder, and there are all the packages. And there's a Tesseract one, and 5.3.1 version, and in the lib folder is the library. So technically, we could also just move all the libraries to a folder and bundle them together and make it the installation easier. But the package manager has the advantage that you can just update them. Like you could just run here brew update command, like on Linux, and it would just look for newer packages and install them as needed. But we will need this path, so let's just copy the file as path name here. And now I go back to my database. Oops, where is it here? Examples, OCR. Open it. Yeah, it's English. Go to the script workspace, load Tesseract 5. I change the path to the new version. And let's load it. Okay. Oh, nice. So now version 5 is loaded. Let's verify by showing the version number. And now we can run the file. Let's see. We have to put in the path for the library. No, it's not right. Hey, on this window. See, my mouse is not working as expected. So let's go and look. The language pack is here. Share Tesseract. There's the language files. Copy as path name. Let's go back to the script. Ah, that's a different file path here. It's not user local, it's opt. Yeah. So different path name. Run the script again. Well, a big surprise. There's no English.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Maybe the idiot is me. Let's see, is English here maybe? There's English.
Ah.
Okay.
Hiding in the wrong folder.
Okay, for some reason, I don't know. Oh, do I have an English keyboard? Yeah. For some reason, the English file is in a different folder. Yeah, now it's working.
There we go.
And this is actually a mixed language text. Oh, I should run here version. The newer version. Yeah, but that's a little surprise. So we have so we have the English language file coming with the library right away, and all the other language files are in the language pack.
Interesting.
So a reason why you may want to decide between, for example, Vision on Mac is the available language list. That's here. So for different operation systems and different versions, you have different languages. So Apple started with only English support in macOS 10.15. And then we got French, Italian, German, Spanish, Portuguese in 11, macOS 11 and iOS 14. And Chinese got added in version 12. And then that's what Claris recently reported, that they added more languages for live text, which is basically the new language added with macOS 13 and iOS 16. So that's more Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Russia, and Ukraine.
Which is.
And if you need even more languages, you would go with something like Tesseract, because here this language pack has really a lot of, let's see, show status bar. So we have 126 files. Oh, okay, there's a folder with scripts.
Oh, the different scripts, like Arabic. Got it.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you need more languages, like I recently had a guy asking for Icelandic. But I'm not sure if that's included, but there is an ESL file. So, okay, maybe the other question is, how do you get your document? How do you get your picture in your Mac or Windows PC? And then we may talk about the image capture. Now the image capture functions here. Like we can talk to a scanner or that's my pointer. So we can talk to a scanner and get a picture from it. So I have a printer here, and the printer could print and also scan. So I don't think it has anything. Yep, perfectly right. So you could use either the dialog or select an area. Okay. Now this piece, please. And then you can scan with dialog or without dialog on Mac and Windows. On Windows, we have the Windows image accretion functions. Image accretion. Here, the VIA functions, you can use those both with dialog and without dialog to also scan. So if you need to talk to your flatbed scanner, you can use those. If you want to talk to your iPhone, you can use our continuity camera.
Continuity camera. I like that. Getting that every once in a while. Yeah, we should. That one's a fun one. That one's so useful. There's no continuity camera for Windows because that's really an Apple technology, right? So that's yeah. Is there anything equivalent on the Windows side? Because I've got a customer right now. Literally, I'm going to be there on Monday, building a database, working on their shit. They're a Windows shop, but they need continuity camera, but they use Windows. So I'm like,
yeah, you would go with here the VIA functions. So I don't have a scanner installed.
What about a USB camera on a cord? And they take a picture. They want to hold it up and get a picture. How would you get?
Then we use our AV recorder functions. So let's see. Oh, wait.
I need if I had a webcam. I'm just thinking out loud because it's literally I just ran into that scenario. We all run into our little scenarios. It's almost like, if I knew you folks would always have open questions, we just come in here and throw them at him live and let him because I have this one, I don't know what to do. And I didn't want to bring it up, but it's like no one else has got a question, but they're like it's a maintenance facility for aviation, of course, right? Because that's what I'm involved with.
Yeah.
And they've been using paper, and so now they're using FileMaker, but they want to document unexpected issues with the aircraft. Oh, there we go. You're so beautiful. All right. So how hard is it to get that going? What do I have to do? I need MonkeyBread, and what else do I need?
Yeah, you have to click a button.
No, is there a library though, like Home Spew or Home View or Home?
No. This is just you need the AV recorder functions from the MBS plugin, and you need to have a camera which is acceptable for the Windows camera functions.
All right, where's this? How do I find the sample? Show me how to find the sample. Now I'm excited. Because I can solve this problem for the customer. It'd be great. So how do I?
In the examples folder, there's the AV recorder example.
AV recorder. And is that Mac and Windows, or will it know that?
Mac and Windows, yeah.
Go to the Mac plugin, hit okay. I'm building on Mac, but you have a Mac plugin and a Windows plugin. Are the sample files?
No. The download is the same content.
Okay.
It's just that the Mac disk image is notarized, so you don't get this gatekeeper warnings.
Got it. But the samples are the same either way.
Yeah.
Good. Anyone else can? Okay, here we go. Let's see. I'd like to be able. Here we go. Here's another one from. I like to be able to pull license numbers and date of birth off a pilot's license. But okay. Hang on a second. Ken, hot air balloon Ken, is that you have the same hot air balloon pilot license that normal pilots have, right? I'm just asking the question because that thing is it's a dark blue pilot's license with black text on it. It's really questionable. Christian, go to FAA on Google. Go to FAA pilot's license, and this would be a Mac solution. FAA pilot's license. Yeah, hopefully there we go. Hit images at the. You have images at the top. Okay, There we go. You see my problem. So there's a sample one there if you want to grab one like that one there.
First,
That's
second,
fairly high. Yeah, but yeah.
like this one?
Yeah. And the problem is that the background is shitty and the colors are not, they're not high contrast colors. So that's kind of the problem, right? So
So,
yeah, try it. I mean, you could try it. Oh, we couldn't initialize Tesseract, right?
why?
Yeah, switch to too close for missiles. Switching to guns. Switch to live. The vision.
Yeah, I get no text. Yeah, well, it's turning the picture into black and white for the recognition, and it may be too small in the text size. So,
okay, we need a higher res one. Oh, yeah. See, it sees it in there. Preview sees it.
yeah,
Okay, so
this works with Apple's Vision.
okay, do you have Apple? Can you switch this to Vision, or were you using Vision?
Let's see. Vision was in this folder. So I drop this picture in and script, recognize text.
Oh, it got pretty
so
much all of it.
Okay,
Finds quite a bit of text.
okay, so then the certificate number is the important part. So what'd you want again? Date of birth and certificate number? There's a date of issue. You want
I see date of birth right there, 23rd of May, 1946.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the question is, so yeah, so this works, Ken, right? And so he's using, so Ken's on a Mac, so he's using MonkeyBread with the Vision library / and then that's the Apple library, but then it's the live text function.
Yeah.
So can you show? So we went to, you went to the Vision sample file. Go back, show us where you get the Vision sample file from in your. So you go to
here, make an iOS folder
okay.
in the examples folder.
Okay, Mac, and then you're looking for the sample file is called Vision, and that's the name of the library that Apple wrote under the hood.
It has a couple of things like here barcode detection, classifying of images, and getting text.
Okay. Oh,
Also
JSON. Shit.
Yeah, this is a new function I made to match the Windows one a little bit. So you not just get the text, but also the confidence level and the position on the image.
So you get scroll down, see if you get the certificate number. It's towards the bottom. Down. Go down. Up a little.
Administrator. Date of issue.
Height.
Text.
Where's the certificate?
Yeah,
that's the certificate number right there. It just doesn't label it.
You didn't label it. Okay.
There's a label.
Oh, right there.
Here. And there's a number.
Are those a JSON? I'm looking at them. Those look like separate key value pairs. Are they this?
Yeah, so it got a block of text here with certificate number, and then
it would be the block after that. You'd want the block after that. Okay. Hey, Ken, that's not too bad.
If you otherwise want to look for the text, I would use a regular expression. For example, for the date, you can look for these 2 digits and then the names of the months and 4 more digits with a few spaces in between, optionally.
Yeah, and you could, as soon as Ken said that, because I have 2 of those in my wallet, right? I know that the contrast in the image sucks, but it actually did a pretty good job, right? That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It actually worked. Yeah, I know. Well, the rub is it's not going to be, I don't know. It would help you, but you'd have to almost visually verify it, ideally.
Let's just look into how the script works for your camera access on Windows.
Oh, yeah.
So we have an AV recorder init function, which starts a new session. Then for Mac, there are a few things to request permissions for using the camera. So you can ask for it for more permissions. So you get the dialogues early and the user can click OK and allow it.
And then it saves them. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. And then you set the video device. In this case, we just tell it, we pick the first camera it finds. Oh, there's a tall problem. And then we start the preview. And for the preview, let me just stop this and go to layout mode. So we have this control here. This is a rectangle with the name preview. and it defines where the preview will show up. So this is a normal box in FileMaker. You can move it around as you like. And we tell the plugin to add a preview from the camera on this window. So we put in here the window name, so you can have several windows if you like, or just put in a 0 for the current window. And preview is the name of the control, so it knows where to put it. The plugin will actually ask FileMaker where the preview control is on screen, which sometimes confuses people because you have to give FileMaker time to actually load the layout and show it. So if you open a window, you need to do a little pause for maybe 0.1 seconds to let FileMaker make the layout, and then you can ask for the position and we can place the preview on it. And then there's a start preview function to start it.
Okay, back up again. So say that again. So if we go to the layout, we need to put a delay in it before we execute the preview.
Yeah, if you create a new window or switch the layout.
Yeah,
you need a little pause because, FileMaker has this advantage that you can have a script, switch between layouts, go to different records, fill in a record, and the screen doesn't update.
It doesn't update. Yeah, correct. But we need it to update because it's visual. Okay, yeah.
So you would put a pause here and say just 0.1, and the user doesn't mind.
Yeah, normally, what did Nick say? It was 0.2 or 0.3. It would always force it would force the FileMaker to draw the layout, then resume the script, right? So, yeah.
Okay, I'll make it 3.
Yeah, make a 0.3. I think that for sure will do it, because anyone is not going to notice that, because if they're looking for this, they're going to be looking at their camera and trying to, unless it's mounted in a, mounted the camera. But in my case, it would be they're going to have it on like a hand and they're going to with a cable. I'm not going to do wireless yet. I just got to get them to take it, drag it over, take a picture. Yeah, I got to figure that out.
Okay. So you add the preview, and then there is a take picture function, which just says capture still photo, and it will give you a picture as a container. And we can look up if there are a few options. Oops, that's not connected. So let's go back. MBS plugins, AV recorder, and a lot of functions here. And it just takes a file name and it makes a JPEG or BMP on Windows.
So right now, when it takes the picture, it's sticking it in a container, right? Correct?
Yeah, because we use set field.
Yeah, set field. Okay, great.
We don't need to use set field, and we also have a few options here, like whether the video should be mirrored. That's maybe something people may find interesting. Like,
yeah, if you're staring at yourself, it would be,
switch left and right. Okay, so then you can get a picture, and some people combined it, like letting people make a picture of a barcode or whatever, and then run the recognition on it.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Yeah, see, that's all of us have little things, projects that we're getting dragged into, and there's always these little integration moments, and this is literally the Swiss Army knife of this kind of stuff. So I like it.
Ken just called up the Vision example and put a kind of messy looking certificate in there, and it worked.
Okay, so Hot Air Balloon Ken just stuck the FAA pilot's license in there, and it kicked out the data. So there you go. Ken, do you own a copy of a MonkeyBread yet? If not, you need to get religion. Go buy it. Go buy it right now. It's available for an amazingly low price. Would you like to show us the website for that, Christian?
Yeah, but first I take a picture with the camera. Yeah. So we have the continuity camera example.
Yeah, that's a good one. I use that when I'm on the Mac solution.
So you can just point the camera on something and take a picture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I do love the giant stuffed monkey.
I know, stuffed monkey. Ken says he just got the renewal notice for MonkeyBread. He's going to buy it immediately and put a 100% tip in there because Christian's so awesome. Good job, Christian.
Okay, so you can go on the website if you like and download the plugin, try it, play with it, and then if you want to buy it, you can actually do that. And for about $150, for a small seat, and then we have also bigger licenses.
Yep, good stuff.
You
What
can
is the
also
RC?
just get a trial key.
All right, well, everyone, that's it for Friday today.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much, Christian. We appreciate it. Seriously, it's always awesome having you on. See everyone Monday.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!